are black, you know. And the reason why I'm going to put this topic, and I'm not going to spend all day on this topic because this is ridiculous. Everybody should know that the Jews are black according to the Bible. It tells you in Jeremiah 14:2 automatically. And also, right, without further ado, right, you know, you got people talking about, well, is that really true, or is I don't really think that's I really, you know, I mean, you got people thinking I'm not really sure if that's correct, but it is correct and it's a fact. So we're gonna prove today, right, that the Jews are black, simple and plain, and we're also gonna prove that Jesus is a black man too. Well, let me get myself correct. Let me correct myself. There's no such thing as black people, right? But there's such thing as brown people. So all the great people that's mentioned in the scriptures, right, in the Bible, they were all men of color. And we're going to prove that today. So the first chapter I'm going to jump up with is Jeremiah 14:2. Jeremiah 14:2. Judah mourneth, and the gates thereof languish, they are black unto the ground. So, it explains itself, you know, I mean, let me read it again. Judah mourneth, and the gates thereof languish, and they are black unto the ground. So, it tells you right there. So, if Judah now, if you create a man from the ground, right, the dust of the ground, right, which is considered dirt. What color is dirt? Brown. What color is the dust of the ground? Brown. So if you have special powers to where you could form a man from the ground, right? You're gonna form men of color from the ground, right? If the ground was dark and brown, what Edomite are you gonna make out of the man of the ground? You understand? So the Jews were black. The Jews were men of color. You know, it's proven now. And if you cats can't see that, then I don't know what to say, man. You just bugged out your mind, or something's wrong with you or something, man. Because this is ridiculous. In 2011, people should already know this, man, by now. I mean, it's totally. I mean, that's how you know the world that we're living in is just so out of order, man, because people's minds are out of order. People don't even know. I mean, it's so bad, people don't even know what truth is anymore. People don't even want to seek truth anymore. That's how you know the earth is just out of order, like upside down, so to speak. It's ridiculous. So now I'm going to go to the second chapter now is what Job says about himself, him being in the heat. So we're going to get to that. See what Job says about himself. And just to edify this as well, the Bible that I'm reading is the original King James Version. So I don't have some made up book that I'm reading out of. I've got the King James Version. Okay? So Job 30:30. Coming up. Okay. Yeah. Job 30:30. My skin is black upon me, and my bones are burnt with heat. So, really, what Job was saying is that he was black. He was black upon himself. Why? It's because the heat was hitting at him. You know, when the heat hits us as Israelites, you know, we turn 2 shades darker. We get darker. So that's what he meant That's what he meant when he was when the heat was hitting him, hitting his bones. That's what he meant. I'm gonna read it again, just to edify it even more. My skin is black upon me, and my bones are burnt with heat. So it's self-explanatory. Job was a man of color. Job was a dark-skinned man, and he went darkest because of the heat. So now the third chapter I'm gonna get to is the Songs of Solomon. Let's see what Solomon says about himself. The Jews are black. Because I'm not gonna spend all day on this topic alone. The Jews are black, and just by me reading through the scriptures, I've proven that already. I'm not gonna spend all day on this topic, like I've said before. During myself making this video, because I mean everybody should know already. Everybody should know this. So the Songs of Solomon 1 and 5. I am black but comely, O ye daughters of Jerusalem. So what did Solomon say? He said I'm black but comely. So he said he was black, right? He said he was black. So that means he was a really dark-skinned man. And he said he was but comely, right? He said he was also comely, and the word comely is where you get from beautiful. Meaning black, I'm black and beautiful. That's what he was saying. O ye daughters of Jerusalem. So he was speaking, he was speaking of the women of our nation. So that's just enough said, really, right there. That's enough said right there. I mean, if you peoples out there can't see that, man, then I don't know what to say, man. You spiritually dead or something, man, in your head. Because, for those that's seeketh in righteousness, there is already open. That's why it says in Proverbs, let me go to that, man. Yeah, I can quote it. If you have ears, let him hear. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. You understand? But that scripture alone mainly goes to Esau, because Esau, right, he led men into captivity. And who is those men that he led into captivity? He led our men into captivity, our people into captivity. So that's what that scripture meant. And he killed with the sword, which he's killing with the sword even to this very day. And who is Esau? The Edomites, the Caucasian people of the